Pitcher.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Our high streets are the heart of our communities. They are where people meet, where local pride grows, and where livelihoods are made. High streets have certainly struggled over the last decade with vacant properties, antisocial behaviour, and concerns about the impact of densely populated HMOs. Now, I'm certain today there'll be much further discussion on this matter, and rightly so, because we must help our high streets to regain that buzz, that splendour, and that hive of activity that people associate with these community shopping areas and places of the past. And yes, this government has a huge role to play in making that happen, and we have committed to supporting the injection of renewed life into our high streets. But today I want to use my time, as others have done, to talk up our high streets too. The remarkable staff, the shopkeepers, the landlords, the landladies, the volunteers, and highlight the great work that local businesses in my constituency are doing. And I want to show just how much our residents need to come out to our high streets to support our local economy and to make sure that they experience the great offer that they have. I most certainly will.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. The Honourable Gentleman is making an excellent speech. He's shown himself to be a true champion for Doncaster and Axholme. And could I commend his speech and his work? Would he agree with me that we all ought to be talking up our high streets, and there's a danger that some on the opposition benches are failing to see that, and they're doing real damage to small businesses?
I couldn't agree more. We must be ambassadors and advocate for the wonderful, innovative and ingenuity and the entrepreneurship that our business owners show along our high streets. But I also want to show today where government is already helping as well to revitalise some of our areas. So I'm going to take you on a small tour, a Doncaster Eastern Isle of Axholme Monopoly tour of some of my places, if that's okay, Madam Deputy Speaker. So in Epworth, you'll find a wonderful and diverse array of independent shops like Hattie's Tea Rooms, the Cosy Cake Shop, Godiva Hair Loss and Wig Specialist, Imelda's, bringing people into the centre and supporting local jobs. In Crowell, Elizabeth Kate Bridal and Sadie's on the High Street show how specialist independents and long-standing family businesses can thrive side by side. Haxey has long benefited from a community of traditional pubs and helps keep the historic Haxey Hood alive. In fact, the King's Arms has just unveiled a mural of the hood that many people come to see. In Rosington, Death by Fudge has grown from a kitchen idea into a much-loved shop, proving that when small businesses find the right high street home, they thrive. And I can tell you there are definitely worse places to go than by dying from death by Kinder, Madam Deputy Speaker. And on a Friday, the Rosington Market, straight opposite Death by Fudge, is always opening and welcome to residents. And this weekend, I'm looking forward to popping into the newly opened Thorn Park Cafe. I think the lady from Richmond Park, she mentioned shoplifting. So what is hugely commendable about Thorn is how the shopkeepers have come together. A great example is the Shopwatch scheme, a partnership between retailers and neighbourhood policing team that's cutting retail crime and giving shopkeepers the confidence to trade. Reports show a 34% fall in shoplifting since that scheme started, with repeat offenders brought to justice. Now, this is the kind of common sense collaboration that keeps our high street safe and welcoming for our shoppers. And with our, of course,
thank my honourable friend for giving way. And on the issue of shoplifting, would he agree that the Tories are having a bad day for their memory? Not only have they forgotten that next to my seat of Southampton Itchen is Madam Deputy Speaker's equally fine seat of Romsey and Southampton North, where twice I failed to persuade them to vote for me. But actually they're forgetting what happened on their watch. They gave a £200 shoplifters free pass that has brought violence and intimidation to our streets. Contrast that with our plans to put more police back on the beat, get rid of that free pass. Does he agree that that's the kind of change that Labour is making to my constituency and his?
And that's 100% the kind of change that a Labour government makes to our high streets. Now, in Bawtry, our traders have been flying the flag for our area at number 11, engaging directly with the Chancellor on how small firms power local growth. That connection matters because it's national decisions grounded in the reality of our market towns. And where else can you visit the China Rose, have an amazing banquet, Chinese banquet, at a 40-year young family-run business while listening to a little bit of Dolly Parton. But if you do come and visit, do check out the website because it's not open only 9 to 5. You can also have a coffee on a Sunday next to a saxophonist, and that's not easy to say after a few beers, so stick with the coffee, at the Crown Hotel. And in Hatfield, independents like Caners, 4 on the High Street and Dewbell show what local enterprise can achieve. Committed owners and real community spirit are keeping our high streets vibrant and resilient. And it's not just businesses. Committed local volunteers are making their communities better places to live. People like Relia Richmond in Lindome, who's led a scheme to bring a traditional post box, a phone box should I say, and turn that into a mini library on the high street there. Now this Labour government is matching that local energy with national action. We will invest 20 million in Rossington through the Pride of Place programme, allowing the neighbourhood to take charge of regeneration, reviving the high street, renewing our parks and public spaces. And in Moor Ends, we've been putting Levelling Up funding secured by the Right Honourable Member for Doncaster East and Doncaster North and myself to good use, turning plans into projects that people can see and use, improving facilities for sport, families and community groups, and helping to unlock pride and our community and opportunity. Part of which is investment into the shop frontages, areas, and ensure that the environment is as wonderful outside and welcoming as the shops are inside, like Chris Hubie Butchers, where I often go to buy mum her corned beef and spam of a weekend. Now, we will give our communities new powers to buy back beloved assets, use compulsory purchase to tackle long-term vacancy of shops, and block the clustering of unwanted outlets where they undermine the character and safety of the high street. For large empty sites, these powers will help bring new health forward, health facilities and housing where appropriate. And we are backing businesses too by cutting red tape by 25% to free up time and money for owners to grow. So today, I pay tribute to the shopkeepers, market traders and small business owners across Doncaster East and Isle of Axholme. And let me finish by extending an invite to come and visit my high streets, our high streets. Enjoy what we have to offer. Spend your money in my shops, in our shops. Enjoy yourself and delight in what everything that Doncaster East and the Isle of Axholme has to offer.
Alison Griffiths.